The new Pokemon Go themed Pokemon TCG set is finally here, and there are some incredible new cards that I am beyond excited to show off in today's video. But before we do, please say hello to Psyduck the Grouch.
Oh, no, all right. Oh.
On my side of the table, I'm going to be showing off my Mewtwo VSTAR deck. Mewtwo VSTAR has 280 hit points and 2 awesome attacks. Its first attack, Psy Purge, allows you to discard up to 3 Psychic Energy from your Pokemon, and this attack does 90 damage for each card you discarded in this way. So if you discard 3 Psychic Energy from play, you get to do 270 damage. With a Choice Belt, you can hit 300 damage, enough to one-hit KO any opposing Pokemon V-Star. Mewtwo V-Star's V-Star power is an attack Star Raid. For a Psychic and a Colorless, it does 120 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon V. In order to accelerate energy into play, this deck plays Solrock and Lunatone. Solrock has the Solar Power ability, which allows you to accelerate a Psychic Energy from your discard pile to one of your Lunatone in play. Lunatone has an attack, Lunar Kinesis, which does 30 damage plus 30 more damage for each Psychic Energy attached to it. So you can attack with Lunatone, or you could just accelerate energy onto Lunatone to discard with your Mewtwo V-Star to use its Psy Purge attack. Now, in order to help get energy into the discard pile, this deck plays Radiant Greninja with its Concealed Cards ability. Concealed Cards allows you to discard an energy from your hand and then draw 2 cards from the deck. You can reset this with Scoop Up Net to use Concealed Cards a bunch of times during a single turn and really churn through the deck. This deck is really fast and aggressive and can hit some really big numbers with Psy Purge, so I'm really excited to show it off in today's gameplay. On the other side of the board, my buddy Jesse Parker is going to be playing an Origin Form Dialga V-Star deck. Origin Form Dialga V-Star is one of the fastest decks in the format, aiming to quickly power up Star Chronos. Star Chronos is a V-Star power attack for 4 metal and a colorless energy that does 220 damage with the added effect of allowing you to play an additional turn after you use this attack. In this way, Origin Form Dialga V-Star can easily snowball into an attacker that can one-hit KO opposing Pokemon V or V-Star with its Metal Blast attack, which does 40 damage plus 40 more damage for each metal energy attached to Origin Form Dialga V-Star. New from the Pokemon Go set, this deck features 4 copies of the Pokestop Stadium card. Pokestop allows you to discard the top 3 cards of your deck once during your turn and keep any item cards you discard in your hand. So it's a great way to help turbo through your deck and find Metal Saucer or Scoop Up Nets or even Energy Search to help you power up your Origin Form Dialga V-Star. Let me know in the comments below which deck you think is going to emerge victorious in this tabletop gameplay. If you're looking to pick up the newest cards from the Pokemon Go TCG set, make sure to head on over to FullGripGames.com. FullGripGames.com has a great selection of Pokemon TCG singles and sealed product, including the newest sealed product from the Pokemon Go TCG set. Shopping at Full Grip Games directly supports the content I create here on Tricky Gym, so thank you so much for shopping at Full Grip Games. Now, let's get to the gameplay.
All right, I will call good old Heads. No, I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to call Tails this time.
Tails?
Yeah, I'm going to call Tails. Dang
Heads it is.
Oh my goodness.
I will choose to go first.
All right.
All right, I have a basic.
I will take 1 mulligan.
And good luck, Jesse.
You as well.
I'll draw for turn, and I'm really liking the look of this opening hand. I've got a Mewtwo V, a Quick Ball, and a Battle VIP Pass. So we're going to play Battle VIP Pass to search out 2 basic Pokemon and put them straight onto my bench. The perfect way to start out a game of Pokemon cards in this format. Immediately we see Radiant Greninja is in the deck, so I'm definitely going to want that Radiant Greninja to help me draw cards with its Concealed Cards ability. And I will also search out Lunatone so I can start accelerating energy with Solrock's Solar Energy ability. I will use Greninja's Concealed Cards ability, discard a Psychic from my hand and draw 2 cards. I will bench Mewtwo V and use Scoop Up Net to put the Greninja into my hand, and then I'll put it back down. And I will use Concealed Cards again to discard another Psychic Energy and draw 2 more cards. Quick Ball away a Psychic Energy, and I will search out another Solrock. I'm going to put the Solrock onto my bench, and I'm going to attach a Psychic Energy from my hand to Mewtwo V. Then I will use both of my Solrock's Solar Energy abilities to accelerate 2 Psychic Energy from my discard pile to my Lunatone, and with that, I'll pass it to you, Jesse.
I will draw for turn. I will play a Battle VIP Pass. A great way to start a standard game of Pokemon. Let's just check quick at what we have prized, because I do have a Hisuian Heavy Ball in this deck that lets you look at your prizes and choose a basic Pokemon there and put it in your hand. Because when I do eventually see that card, I'm going to want to know if I want to play it or not. Like, we got some Mews prize, so good to know. Got most of the key players here. Looks like Zacian V is also prized. So I will go ahead and grab Radiant Greninja and Origin Form Dialga V, and then I will go back into the deck. I will play another Battle VIP Pass.
That's so good.
There's 2 in the deck, so, you know.
Sometimes you're just really good at this game.
You know, yeah. I mean, I don't even really need it, to be honest with you. I'm just going to grab, like, 1 Mew. That's all I really need. So I'm just going to grab a Mew. I'm going to play Quick Ball and discard a Metal Energy. Go search for a Crobat V. I will play down my Pokestop Stadium card. I will bench another Dialga V. I will attach for turn onto Dialga V. I will then Dark Asset for 5 cards. I will use Radiant Greninja's Concealed Card ability to discard an energy and draw 2 cards. Use Mew's Mysterious Tail ability. Look at the top 6 cards in my deck. Choose an item card I find there and put it into my hand. I will take Hisuian Heavy Ball. There's only 1 in the list, so I wasn't really going to bank on finding it and leaving bench space for it. But if I find a Scoop Up Net, I can replace one of these Mews with my Zacian to end my turn. So that's what we're going to try to do. I will then play Air Balloon, retreat into a new Mew, and I will use Mysterious Tail. Look at the top 6 cards in my deck. Choose an item card to put into my hand. I will take Metal Saucer. I am going to play Ultra Ball to discard Pokestop and another Ultra Ball. Search my deck for any Pokemon. I'm going to take Origin Form Dialga V-Star out of the deck before I use my Pokestop Stadium.
That's a big brain play right
there.
If it's not in the deck, you can't discard it.
That's true. I could still discard the other one, which would be a little unfortunate, but having 2 in the deck, I feel a lot safer just fishing one of those out if I can. Would like to hit a Scoop Up Net here off the Pokestop if I can. I will use the Pokestop Stadium to discard the top 3 cards in my deck. It's great. Metal Saucer and Trekking Shoes. Item cards go into my hand. Discard the Metal Energy. I will play Trekking Shoes. Look at the top card. I will keep the card. I will play the Trekking Shoes that I found. Look at the top card. I will discard and draw another. I will play a Metal Saucer onto Dialga here. And then I will go ahead and play Hisuian Heavy Ball to look at my face down prize cards. Choose a basic I find there. Put it into my hand. Shuffle a Hisuian Heavy Ball into my prizes. Did not find a Scoop Up Net, so I will not be able to Intrepid Sword, unfortunately, but that's okay. I will say your turn.
I'll draw for turn. I am going to bench Lunatone. I am going to attach to Solrock. And then I'm going to play Professor's Research to discard my hand and draw 7 cards. I'll use Trekking Shoes to look at the top card of my deck, and I will put that card into my hand. I would like to use the Pokestop Stadium to discard the top 3 cards of my deck. It's fine. Psychic to the discard pile, Ultra Ball to my hand. I will use Ultra Ball, discarding Research and Ultra Ball to get Mewtwo VSTAR from my deck and put it into my hand. And I will use Radiant Greninja's Concealed Cards to discard a Psychic Energy and draw 2. I'm going to use Solrock's Solar Energy ability to accelerate an energy onto my Lunatone. And then I will use this other Solrock's Solar Energy ability to accelerate another energy onto Lunatone. I'm going to evolve into Mewtwo VSTAR. I'm going to use Scoop Up Net to pick up my Radiant Greninja, put it back down, and use concealed cards to discard a Psychic and draw 2 more. Then I will use Trekking Shoes, the top card of my deck, and put it into my hand. I'm going to retreat Solrock into Mewtwo VSTAR and use Energy Switch up to my Mewtwo VSTAR. I'm going to play Training Court and put a Psychic Energy from my discard pile into my hand. I am going to use my Mewtwo VSTAR's Star Raid VSTAR power to do 120 damage to all of Jesse's Pokemon V.
Wow, it's very strong. Kind of scary. So I will draw for turn. I will evolve into Dialga VSTAR. I will immediately use Training Court to put one of these energies into my hand and then play the Pokestop to replace it. I will use Metal Saucer to attach to Dialga VSTAR. Quick Ball to discard Zacian V. Search my deck for a Pokemon. I will grab the Pyukumuku. I will use Pyukumuku's ability, Pitch a Pyukumuku, to put it on the bottom of my deck and draw a card. I will play Trekking Shoes, look at the top card of my deck, and I will keep that card. I will use Radiant Greninja's concealed cards to discard a Metal Energy and draw 2 cards. I will use Mew's Mysterious Tail, look at the top 6 cards of my deck, put an item card there into my hand. I'll choose Metal Saucer. 1 more Metal Saucer, and then I can start saucing. I will switch into a new Mew, use Mysterious Tail. I will take an Energy Search, put it into my hand, play Quick Ball to discard a Boss's Orders, and search my deck for a Crobat V. Scoop Up Net this Mew, put it in my hand. I will play Energy Search and just fail the Energy Search. I will then do my attachment for turn, play Metal Saucer, and then use Dark Asset to draw 4 cards. I will then use the Pokestop Stadium to discard the top 3 cards of my deck. Discard anything that's not an item card, put it in my hand. Play Scoop Up Net on Radiant Greninja. Play it back down. Use Concealed Cards to discard an energy card from my hand, draw 2 cards. Play Metal Saucer to attach a Metal Energy onto my Dialga VSTAR. I will play my Pal Pad to put 2 Boss's Orders back into my deck.
The turn that never ended.
And wouldn't you know it, I get to take another turn. I will then retreat. I'm going to use Dialga VSTAR Star Chronos VSTAR power to do 220 damage, and I get to take another turn.
You're telling me I waited all that time and I don't even get to play?
I get to take another turn. Man.
Oh my gosh.
So let's just take another turn. I'm going to draw a card to start my new turn. Oh, that's pretty good. I will play Avery to draw 3 cards. Oh,
I will discard Solrock and Greninja.
Sounds good. I will evolve my Dialga V into Dialga VSTAR. I will pitch a Pyukumuku to put on bottom of my deck and draw a card. We'll play Energy Search. Search my deck for an energy. Put it into my hand. And then I will attach for turn onto Dialga VSTAR. Everything else is looking good. I don't think I want to use anything else. I'm looking good. I'm just going to Metal Blast for 240 damage for the knockout.
Cool. So my Mewtwo goes down, and Jesse takes the first 2 prizes of the game. And finally, I get to play again. I'm going to promote Lunatone and draw for turn. That is a really good top deck. I am going to play Ordinary Rod, and I'm going to shuffle Radiant Greninja and Solrock back into my deck. And then I am also going to shuffle 2 Psychic Energy back into my deck. I am going to bench Mewtwo V, and I am going to attach Choice Belt to my Lunatone. I will use Solrock's Solar Energy ability to accelerate an energy from my discard pile to Lunatone in the active, giving it enough energy to take the knockout on the active. I will attach to my Mewtwo V, and then I will use Marnie. Put my 1 card on the bottom of my deck, and I will draw 5 new cards off the top. I like the look of these 5 cards. I'm going to quick ball away Battle VIP Pass, take a look at my deck, and I'm going to go get Crobats, put it into my hand. I realized that my math was bad earlier, but thankfully I've got Energy Switch. So I'm going to use Energy Switch to move the energy from my bench Lunatone up to my active, and now I've got enough energy to take the knockout.
Yes.
And then I will use Crobat's Dark Asset ability to draw 4 cards. I am going to bench Solrock and use Solrock's Solar Energy ability to accelerate another energy to my Lunatone. I am going to use Lunatone's Lunar Kinesis to take the knockout on Dialga. Draw 2 prizes.
Yeah, it would have been nice if I could have attacked with this one to clean up your Mewtwo and left this one on the bench, but I don't know if I was going to be able to do that. So I will promote Mew, draw. I will use Mysterious Tail, look at the top 6 cards of my deck, put an item card there into my hand. I will take Escape Rope. I will attach a Metal Energy to Dialga V-Star. I will use Pyukamuku's Pyukamuku ability to put on the bottom of my deck. Draw a card. I will retreat into Dialga V-Star, and I will use Metal Blast for 160 damage.
Lunatone down. Jesse goes to 3 prizes. I will promote my Mewtwo. Draw for turn. I have got Mewtwo V-Star to evolve the active, and I'll attach for turn to Mewtwo V-Star. I will attach Choice Belts to Mewtwo V-Star. I will use Lunatone's Lunar Power,
Solar Energy.
There we go. I will use Solrock's Solar Energy ability to accelerate to my Lunatone, and I will use my other Solrock Solar Energy to accelerate to Lunatone. I will use Energy Switch to move an energy to my Crobat, just so it doesn't get stuck. There's not much left to do in this hand, so I will send it away with Professor's Research to draw 7 new cards. I will bench Radiant Greninja and counter the Pokestop with Training Courts and use Training Courts to bring a Psychic Energy from the discard pile back to my hand. I will use Mewtwo V-Star's Psy-Purge attack to do 210 damage and take 2 prizes.
Not looking too good for me. I will promote Mew and draw for turn. I will use Mysterious Tail, look at the top 6 cards on my deck, which is the rest of my deck. It appears that I am all out of Pokemon to attack with, so I will go ahead and just, yeah, that is the rest of my deck. I do not have anything. You have overwhelmed me with the Mewtwo. I don't have anything left to attack with, so you got it. I will choose to go first in game number 2. All right, good luck.
Good luck.
Draw for turn. Since it's the only search card in my hand, I will use my Hisuian Heavy Ball to look at my prizes, my face-down prizes, and choose a basic Pokemon there and put it in my hand. There is no basic Pokemon there, so I will go ahead and shuffle my prizes. Okay, I will go ahead and use Mysterious Tail to look at the top 6 cards of my deck and put an item card I find there into my hand. I will choose Battle VIP Pass, and then I will go right ahead and play my Battle VIP Pass till you can only use it during your first turn. Search your deck for 2 basic Pokemon and put them on your bench. The most strongest cards we have in the format right now. Definitely Radiant Greninja, and then I already have a Dialga in my hand, so I will just grab the Zacian V, put those cards straight to the bench. I will use, I'll just go ahead and bench my Origin Form Dialga V. I will use Radiant Greninja's Concealed Cards, discard a Metal, and draw 2 cards. Play Quick Ball, discard this Metal Energy from my hand, go search my deck for a basic Pokemon. I will immediately go grab a Crobat V, put the Crobat V into my hand. I will play Metal Saucer to put a Metal Energy from my discard pile to one of my Metal Pokemon. I will choose Dialga V. I will attach a Metal for turn onto Dialga V. I will bench another Mew. and then I will Dark Asset for 5 cards. I will play my Pokestop down, Stadium, and I will use the Pokestop to discard the top 3 cards of my deck. Put any item cards I find there into my hand, put the Ultra Ball in, discard these 2. And to end my turn, I'll use Intrepid Sword. All right, it is your turn.
That was a really good turn 1. I'll draw for turn. I'm going to use Quick Ball to discard this energy switch, and then I can search my deck for a Radiant Greninja, but it looks as if my Radiant Greninja is prized. But it looks like I'll have to just settle for a Solrock. So we'll grab that. All right, so I'll put the Solrock into my hands and attach a Psychic Energy to my Mewtwo V. Put the Solrock onto the bench. And then I'll use Crobat V's Dark Asset ability to draw 3 cards. Those are very good cards. I have got a Battle VIP Pass. Since it's the first turn of my game, I can search my deck for 2 basic Pokemon and put them straight onto the bench. So I'm going to search out a Lunatone and a Mewtwo V. Now I will use Trekking Shoes. Trekking Shoes allows me to look at the top card of my deck. I choose to put it into my hand or the discard pile. I'm going to put the Mewtwo VSTAR into my hand. I'm going to use Marnie. We both shuffle our hands.
Man, I really liked my hand too.
We put them onto the bottom of our decks. I'll draw 5, and Jesse draws 4. I've got a Quick Ball in my hand, so I can use Quick Ball to discard a Psychic Energy and search my deck for another basic Pokemon. I think I'm going to grab the Lunatone. I'm going to put it into my hand. And now I'm really excited because I have an opportunity to use this Pokestop Stadium. So I'm going to discard the top 3 cards of my deck. And I put any item cards I find there into my hand. Luckily, I got 2 energy, which is fantastic. And I can bench Solrock. And we are going to use both of our Solrock's lunar energy abilities. Solar energy, excuse me. We're going to use both of our Solrock's solar energy abilities to accelerate the 2 psychic energy from the discard pile to my Lunatone in play. And then I will pass it over to you.
All right, so you limited my hand last turn. That was quite annoying. I had a lot going on there, but we got a pretty good hand here. I will use Radiant Greninja's concealed cards to discard a metal and draw 2 cards. I'll use Ultra Ball to discard Pokestop and Palpad. Search my deck for any Pokemon that I want. I will grab, I want to make sure I do that. Before I use Pokestop, I'm going to grab Origin Form Dialga V-Star. I will evolve into Origin Form Dialga V-Star, and then I will use Mysterious Tail to look at the top 6 cards in my deck and choose an item I find there, put it into my hand. I will choose Quick Ball. Scoop Up Net to scoop up this Mew, put it into my hand. Promote this Mew. I will then use my Quick Ball to discard a Mew, search my deck for a basic Pokemon. I will grab Crobat V, put that into my hand. I will attach a Metal Energy card for turn onto Origin Form Dialga V-Star. I will then use Dark Asset for 5 cards. I will use Trekking Shoes, look at the top card of my deck. If I don't like it, I can discard it and draw another card. Nice, nice. I will use Pyukamuku's Pitch a Pyukamuku ability to put it onto the bottom of my deck and draw a card. I will use this Mew's Mysterious Tail, look at the top 6 cards of my deck, put an item card into my hand, take Air Balloon, and then I will use Energy Search, search my deck for an energy card, put it into my hand. We are just looking for 1 more Metal Saucer, and then we got a very strong turn coming ahead here. I will use Scoop Up Net on Radiant Greninja, play it back down, so I can use Concealed Cards again, discard an energy and draw 2 cards. I will play 2 Metal Saucers to put 2 Metal Energies from my discard pile onto my Dialga. I will attach Air Balloon to Mew. I will then retreat into Origin Form Dialga V-Star. I will go ahead and use Star Chronos V-Star power to do 220 damage and I get to take another turn.
That hurts.
So I will take 2 prizes there.
Yikes. Sheesh. I'm going to promote Solrock.
I will draw a card to start my new turn. I will play Boss's Order on your Mewtwo V. I will attach a Metal Energy to Zacian V as a backup attacker. I will then use the Pokestop Stadium, discard the top 3 cards of my deck, put any items there into my hand, which is the Escape Rope, discard the rest. I will play Switch to switch into Mew. I will use Mysterious Tail, look at the top 6 cards of my deck, put an item card into my hand. I'll take Energy Search, and I will just go ahead and play the Energy Search, put the Metal Energy into my hand. I will then retreat back into Origin Form Dialga V-Star, and I will use Metal Blast for 240 damage.
Yikes. Yeah, that was not great for me. But you know what? Lunatone can attack. So go get him, Lunatone. I'll draw for turn. I'll bench my other Lunatone, and I'll use the Pokestop Stadium, discard the top 3 cards of my deck, put an item card I find there into my hands. I'll use Trekking Shoes to look at the top card of my deck, can discard it, put the next card into my hands, and then I can use both of my Solrock's Solar Energy abilities to accelerate onto my Lunatones. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to put Choice Belts onto my Lunatone, and I'm going to attach for turn to this bench Lunatone, and then I am going to use my Lunatone's Lunar Kinesis attack, which does 3, 6, 9, 12, 150 damage.
Ooh. Pretty strong for a 1-prize Pokemon. Draw for turn. Greninja's concealed cards to discard this Metal Energy and draw 2 cards. I will play Quick Call to discard the Pokestop. Search my deck for a basic Pokemon. I will grab the Pyukumuku. We are digging for that last boss here. See if we can find it. Did unfortunately discard one off the Pokestop last turn. I will use Pyukumuku to put it on the bottom of my deck and draw a card. I will use Trekking Shoes. I will keep this card. I will play another Trekking Shoes. Look at the top card. I will keep this card. I will play another Trekking Shoes. I will discard that metal, draw a card. I will use Scoop Up Net on Radiant Greninja to reset the ability. I will use Concealed Cards. I will use Boss's Order on Crobat, and I will Metal Blast for 220 damage per game.
Yeah, I only got to play 2 turns that game.
And that is how this deck is supposed to run. It's very like that.
Wow. I'll go first in game 3.
That sounds great.
All right.
I will take my 2 mulligans.
Finally have a basic, so I am
good luck.
Ready to get started. I will draw for turn, and I am loving the look of this opening hand. I have got Battle VIP Pass, the perfect way to start the game off. Since it's my first turn, I can search my deck for 2 basic Pokemon and put them straight onto my bench. And boy, oh boy, I would love to find Radiant Greninja. There he is. Radiant Greninja, great way for me to draw cards. Turn 1 going first. And then I can also get Solrock. So I'm going to grab those 2. And they go straight to my bench. Then I will use Trekking Shoes. Look at the top card of my deck. I will choose to put it into my discard pile and draw the next card. And I will use Radiant Greninja's Concealed Cards ability to discard a Psychic Energy and draw 2 cards. I have another Trekking Shoes, so I'll use Trekking Shoes. Look at the top card of my deck, and I will put that into my hands. I can use Scoop Up Nets to pick up the Radiant Greninja, put it back down, and use Concealed Cards again to draw 2 more cards. I have got a Lunatone, and I have got a Quick Ball. So I'm going to use Quick Ball to discard Ordinary Rod and search my deck for another Mewtwo V. I'm going to put Mewtwo V onto my bench. Then I will attach my energy for turn to my active Mewtwo V, and I will use Solrock's Solar Energy ability to attach a Psychic Energy from my discard pile to my Lunatone, and I'll pass it to you, Jesse.
Draw for turn. I will immediately bench my Radiant Greninja and my Dialga V. I will play Trekking Shoes, look at the top card of my deck. If I don't like it, I can discard it and draw another. But I quite like it, so I'm going to keep it in my hand. I will use Concealed Card to discard an energy from my hand and draw 2. I will play Pokestop Stadium down. I will use Quick Ball to discard a Metal Energy. Search my deck for a basic Pokemon. I already have a Crobat in my hand. I think this is a good time to go get Zacian V, if it is available to me. It appears Zacian V is prized, so we will not be getting that. Instead, we will just get a second Dialga V. I will bench my Dialga V. I will play Metal Saucer to accelerate a Metal onto one of my Dialga Vs. Put an Air Balloon onto Mew. I will then bench Crobat and use Dark Asset to draw 4 cards. I will use Hisuian Heavy Ball to look at my face-down prizes. Choose a basic Pokemon there. Got the Pyukumuku in there too, and 2 Boss's Orders. So we will choose a Zacian V and replace it with Hisuian Heavy Ball. I'll play Trekking Shoes to look at the top card of my deck. I will discard it and draw another card. I will Quick Ball away Battle VIP Pass and just fail the search. I will use Pokestop Stadium to discard the top 3 cards of my deck. And those all go in the discard pile because they're not item cards. I will use Mysterious Tail, look at the top 6 cards of my deck. Put an item card into my hand. I will take Metal Saucer. I will bench Zacian V, play 2 Metal Saucers onto Zacian V. I will attach for turn. I will retreat. And I'll Brave Blade for 230 damage.
Yikes. That stings. I'm going to promote Mewtwo V and draw for turn. I will use the Pokestop Stadium to discard the top 3 cards of my deck. And I get to put the Energy Switch into my hand, which is quite good. I will use Energy Switch to move the energy from my Lunatone up to my Mewtwo V. I'm going to bench Mewtwo V. Then I'm going to replace your Stadium with my Training Courts, attach Choice Belt to my Mewtwo V, and I will use Professor's Research to discard my hand and draw 7 cards. Now I am desperately looking for a Mewtwo VSTAR now. I don't have one in this hand yet. I'll use Greninja's Concealed Cards, discard a Psychic, and draw 2. And then I will use Scoop Up Nets to put the Radiant Greninja into my hand. Put it back down, and I will use Training Courts to bring an energy from my discard pile back to my hands. And I will use Concealed Cards again to draw 2. And I've got Mewtwo VSTAR. I've got Solrock. I can use Solrock's Solar Energy ability to accelerate an energy to Lunatone. And I can use this Solrock's Solar Energy ability to accelerate another energy to Lunatone. I can use Energy Switch to move the energy up to my Mewtwo VSTAR. And I have to discard 3 energy since I'm only doing 210 if I discard 2. So I will discard 3 energy, and we will take the knockout on Zacian V with our Psy Purge attack for 2 prizes.
So I'm not going to lie, I was thinking you didn't have a way to attack that turn. I forgot about the energy switches, so I maybe got a little too aggressive there, but that's okay. I'll promote Mew, draw for turn. Concealed Cards, discard this Metal and draw 2. Mysterious Tail, look at the top 6 cards in my deck, put an item card there into my hand. I will take the Battle VIP Pass, put it in my hand. I'm going to go back in. I'm going to play Ultra Ball to discard Battle VIP Pass and Hisuian Heavy Ball. Search my deck for a Pokemon, put it into my hand. I will take Origin Form Dialga VSTAR. I will evolve to Dialga VSTAR. I will use Training Court, put an energy from my discard into my hand. I will attach for turn. I will then retreat and use Metal Blast for 120 damage.
Cool. I will draw for turn. I will use both of my Solrock's Solar Energy abilities to accelerate Psychic Energy from my discard pile to Lunatone. Then I will use Scoop Up Net to pick up my Solrock and put it back down so that then I can use its Solar Energy ability again to accelerate another energy from my discard pile to my Lunatone. Then I will use Energy Switch to move a Psychic Energy from Lunatone up to my Mewtwo VSTAR, and I will use Quick Ball to discard a Battle VIP Pass from my hand and search my deck for a basic Pokemon. I'm going to grab Galarian Zigzagoon, put it into my hand. Not much else left to do with this hand, so I'm going to play Professor's Research and discard my hand and draw 7 new cards. So I will use Training Courts to bring the Psychic Energy back from my discard pile to my hands, attach it to my Mewtwo VSTAR. I will use Mewtwo VSTAR's Purge attack, discarding 3 Psychic Energies with the Choice Belt, 300 damage.
Wow.
And I will take 2 more prize cards.
Yeah, it's not looking too good for me. I will promote my Mew, draw. I will use Concealed Cards, discard this energy, and draw 2. I will attach a medal to Origin Form Dialga V. I will use Mysterious Tail, look at the top 6 cards in my deck, choose an item there, put it into my hand. I will go back into the deck with this item card. I will play Quick Ball to discard this Mew, search my deck for a basic Pokemon. I will take another Mew, or I will use Training Court, put an energy into my hand. I will boss up your Mewtwo V on the bench. I will retreat, and then I will use Metal Coating to put 2 metal energies from a discard pile to this Pokemon.
Wow, it's actually pretty good. I'm going to draw for turn. I do think that I am actually out of Energy Switch. I have used all 3. Woohoo! I'm going to use Quick Ball to discard Battle VIP Pass from my hand and take a look at my deck. There aren't any basic Pokemon that I need in the deck. I would like to find a Mewtwo VSTAR, though, to try and make it more difficult for Jesse to be able to win this game. So I will fail that search, and I am going to use Trekking Shoes, the top card of my deck, and I will discard it, draw the next. I will use Trekking Shoes again, look at the top card of my deck, discard it, draw the next. I will use Greninja's Concealed Cards to discard an energy, draw 2, and then I will Ultra Ball, discarding Crobat and Marnie. Search my deck for a Mewtwo VSTAR.
I'm going to take a little peek at your discard pile.
Put the Mewtwo VSTAR into my hands. I'm going to evolve into Mewtwo VSTAR, attach for turn. I will use Training Courts to bring a Psychic Energy back from my discard pile and put it into my hands. I will use Solrock's Solar Energy ability to charge an energy to my Lunatone. And then I will use this Solrock's Solar Energy ability to charge an energy to my Lunatone. I will pass it over to you.
Draw. I will use Concealed Cards to discard this energy and draw 2. I will play Escape Rope. So you have to switch one of your active, one of your bench, and then I choose my bench with my active and switch.
I will promote Lunatone.
I will promote Mew, and then I will use Mysterious Tail. Look at the top 6 cards in my deck. Choose an item I find there and put it into my hand. Scoop Up Net. I will play Scoop Up Net to pick up my Radiant Greninja, play it down onto my bench. Use Concealed Cards to draw 2. I will use Trekking Shoes. Look at the top card of my deck. I don't like it. I will discard and draw another. I will use Training Court to put an energy into my hand. I will play down Pokestop Stadium to replace your stadium. I think I will do it, even though I am a little scared of discarding the V-Star. I think it's more important I just try to find an Ultra Ball here. So I will use the Pokestop Stadium to discard the top 3 cards in my deck. I had a feeling. I will discard my Dialga V-Star. It's fine. We will just attack with the V. I will use Metal Saucer to put Metal Energy onto my benched Dialga V. I will Boss's Order up the damaged Mewtwo VSTAR. I will then retreat, and I will use Temporal Rupture for 180 damage.
And Jesse goes to just 2 prizes remaining, but I have got Mewtwo VSTAR with a Psychic Energy, and I can use Purge for 270 damage.
Yep.
To take my final 2 prizes and the game.
Nice.
What do you think? Were you expecting Mewtwo VSTAR to be able to take down Origin Form Dialga VSTAR? Let me know in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and check me out on Twitch, twitch.tv/TrickyJim, where I stream live Pokemon trading card game content just like the stuff you watched here every weekday. Now y'all have a good one. See ya!